The East African nation of Somalia was torn apart in the 1990s by a devastating civil war. It left the government dysfunctional and earned the country an international reputation as a failed state. But in recent years, Somalia has been making progress in rebuilding its institutions and economy.
Diplomatic ties are also being rebuilt, and after decades without an ambassador to Japan, Somalia has appointed a new envoy. NHK World's Yoshida Mayu spoke with her about the country's path toward reconstruction.
Ambassador Hodan Osman Abdi has been serving as Somalia's ambassador to China. But now she has taken on an additional role that she will perform from her base in Beijing. On July 29th, she presented her credentials to Emperor Naruhito, formally assuming the new post of ambassador to Japan. It's the first time the role has been filled since the embassy in Tokyo closed in 1990, a gap of 36 years.
It's been quite a long time since Somalia has had an ambassador in Japan, and we're very, very excited to see our diplomatic relations rise to another level.
In preparation for her new role, Hodan studies Japanese every day, fitting it in between her duties in Beijing.
Konnichiwa, watashi wa Somalian Taishi.
Somalia is located in the Horn of Africa. It gained independence in 1960. However, in 1991, the collapse of the government triggered an intense civil war. US and other multinational forces were dispatched, as well as UN peacekeeping missions. But by 1995, they had all withdrawn, after fierce fighting with armed militias. Amid the chaos, piracy surged in the Gulf of Aden in the 2000s. Commercial vessels under the flags of many nations were attacked. A federal government was finally established in 2012. Since then, Somalia has been gradually recovering. Hodan hopes the improving situation can help rehabilitate Somalia's international image.
Well, I believe currently, unfortunately, in Japan, such as many countries around the world, Somalia is still being viewed through the lens of history, through the lens of conflict, where right now we see opportunity, we see development, and we see a very bright future. So the challenge right now is how to get people to not forget history, but to not look to Somalia through the very limited lens of history, but actually look at it through its current trajectory, its current achievements and development, and its future potential.
One thing Hodan is particularly keen to share is the potential inherent in Somalia's marine resources. The country's 3,000-kilometer coastline is the longest in mainland Africa. Facing both the Gulf of Aden and the Indian Ocean, it's rich in untapped resources such as tuna. But the lack of fishing ports, roads to transport the catch, and infrastructure to store it are all seen as major obstacles.
We have more than 800,000 tons of potential yearly catch of seafood, including yellowfin, bluefin tuna, including crabs, that would be delicacies in Japanese households. So this is an excellent potential, but it needs skills, it needs capacity, it needs technology in order for us to take it from the water to the tables of every household in Japan.
Another goal is to change the image of Somali women. According to the UN, Somalia ranks among the worst in the world for gender equality. But Hodan emphasizes that women like herself are playing an increasingly important role in the nation's reconstruction.
Somali women are very strong, they're very active. Somali women are some of the most prominent engineers, doctors, businesswomen. Everywhere you go, you will see a Somali woman working and striving for her family. Our culture, our cultural space allows for women to thrive.
Looking beyond the past, Hodan wants the world to see Somalia as it is today. The latest chapter in the relationship between Japan and Somalia is now being written, potentially with a brand new narrative. Yoshida Mayu, NHK World.